Hi, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to Kim's Fake Cooking Show. This is Kim, Barefoot in the Kitchen, where we cook real good food for real good people in my real small kitchen. It's been a while, I know, since I posted a video. It was a different summer, hey? COVID summer. I don't know. Wow, no words. What did I do all summer? Well, I didn't post a video, that's for sure. I did do a video for these donuts, and then when I watched it back, I just wasn't happy with it. I didn't think that I had my good enough energy, let's put it that way. So 2 months later, I'm redoing it. So that's what is going to happen today. We're going to make gluten-free vanilla cake donuts. You can make them vegan or you can make them regular. Now, what have I been up to since I last saw you? Running. I know, it's always the story with me, right? But I did a lot of running. I've got a couple half marathons coming up. The ones that I had applied for before obviously didn't happen because of COVID, but apparently they can do a socially distanced half marathon here. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I've got one coming up in October and one coming up in November. And I know that we do have to wear masks when we're in our corrals waiting for the gun to go off. And then after that, it's every man for themselves, and we won't be wearing masks for the running, but nobody's like in your face or anything, right? Because you're trying to outrun the other people. And I am moving. I'm moving next week to a house that does not have green walls. I so am over these green walls here, almost as much as I'm over COVID already. But it's a nice house. It's right on the river, so I'm looking forward to that. It's ringed by mountains and then the river in front. It's cheaper than where I'm living now, and it's bigger. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have company again once people can start traveling. That would be awesome. And I did a bit of traveling within Thailand this summer too. I went to the beach, I went to the mountains. I've been everywhere, man. Anyway, we won't sing today. Let's get going with this recipe. These donuts are really good. And you can make them not gluten-free, you can make them vegan, you can make them not vegan. Just follow along with me and I'll show you how to do it all. I will read you the list of ingredients first so that you can prep. And then once you've got them together, then you can hit the play button again and then cook along with me. I do enjoy cooking with you guys for sure. So gluten-free vanilla cake donuts, we're going to bake these. They are not deep fried, so they are a healthier version. They're not diet food, but they are a healthier version and they sure look pretty. And I do hope that you have a donut pan. You can cook them in a muffin pan. They won't be the same, obviously, because you won't have the hole in the middle. They'll be a little bit denser, but in a pinch you can do them that way until you can get a donut pan. So you need, and you guys know I'm looking at my recipe up here, right? You need 2 cups all-purpose gluten-free flour or regular flour, if that's how you roll, that's fine too. 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. I said these are not diet food. 2 teaspoons gluten-free baking powder or regular baking powder. 1 teaspoon salt. 3/4 cup of milk. And today I am using vanilla almond milk. Works good. I've also made these with coconut milk, and man, they turned out really well. Those were delicious. What else do we need here? 2 teaspoons of gluten-free vanilla extract. I didn't know that vanilla extract could have gluten in it, but anyway, use whatever vanilla extract that you have. If you don't have it, go ahead and use almond extract. These would be really good with almond extract as well. And 1/2 cup of oil of your choice, and I am using coconut oil. And that's what you need. For the glaze that we're going to do afterwards, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, any kind of milk, whatever, and 1/2 to 1 cup of sprinkles. And I have confetti sprinkles, and I also have chocolate sprinkles. Something interesting, I wasn't filming for 2 months this summer, right? I didn't post any videos, and man, I lost weight. So now I know, if I just need to lose some weight, stop filming my cooking show. Because then I'm not making all of these good stuff. I do give it away, but you have to be tasting it, right, before you give it away, and you have to be tasting to make sure you're making something good that your peoples are gonna like. So that's my secret to losing weight. Running lots. I've been running lots of half marathons this summer. Although there were no races because they were all canceled, I just ran them by myself. That's also why I lost weight, I think. Okay, and I hope you've got something good to drink today. I've got some chai tea here. Oh man, that's good. Wow. Okay, let's get going. We need 2 cups of flour, using gluten-free. So we need 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. And when I say that I'm moving, I told you guys I'm moving, right? I mean, I'm just moving like 5 kilometers up the road, closer to the hills, closer to the river. It's really pretty where I'm going. I like it a lot. And those of you that have come here and stayed with me before here in Chiang Rai, and you think that my area is pretty, which it is, like I'm right in the rice fields. Where I'm moving is even prettier, or just as pretty. Anyway, I'm pretty stoked about where I'm going. Stoked about the house too. It's nice. Okay, we are doing 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, and we're doing it the proper way, right? Spoon it in, level it off. That's how we're supposed to do it. There we go. And just have a look in your bowl. If you've got any lumps in your sugar, it's a good idea to just smush them out right now. Smush, that's a good word. Eh? Next we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, I know it seems like an awful lot of baking powder, but you need it because they're baked and you don't want a heavy donut. And you won't taste the baking powder, so don't worry, it's okay. And some salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. It is so hot and humid here today. Wow. But I think I say that every time I do one of these videos. 1 teaspoon, seems like a lot of salt, but we're gonna follow the recipe. And we need a whisk to get it all incorporated, or a spoon, because I didn't bring my whisk to my baking station, so we're just going to use a spoon. Okay, and next, what are we going to do? In a separate small mixing bowl, we're going to whisk the eggs and milk, vanilla and oil. So I am going to go and get my whisk now. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my small bowl, so I don't have to dirty anything else. I have in here 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm going to add my 2 eggs. I went to the market this morning to get these, so I know they're nice and fresh. And if you guys have watched my other videos, you know that I was moaning and complaining because whenever I would go and get eggs at the market, half of them for sure would break by the time I got home. I am happy to report that I figured out how to get them home. Well, I didn't figure out. My girlfriend told me. Even if I put a towel in my basket or in my bike and put the eggs on there, they would still break. And she said it's because of the vibration of the motorcycle. Because I don't have a car, right? Just a motorcycle. So she said you have to balance, you have to hold them in your hand and drive the motorcycle home. So that's what I do now, and none of my eggs break anymore. So I'm adding the eggs to my milk. What else do we want to add in here? We want to add 2 teaspoons of gluten-free vanilla extract. 2 teaspoons. You guys know I'm a vanilla fan, right? This vanilla extract smells so good. Good. Okay. And a half cup of oil of choice, and I am using coconut oil. There we go. 1/2 cup. And in it goes. Good stuff. Donuts are actually really quick to make. They don't have a lot of ingredients. They come together very quickly, and then they cook up really quick as well. We're going to bake these at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 7 to 9 minutes. That's all. I know, right? So if you've got company coming, or you forgot to make dessert for supper and you want to have something quickly, donuts are the way to go. Okay. Something that I forgot, I'm going to add nutmeg, and this is something that you don't have to do. I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg because I read on some other cooking sites that nutmeg in a donut is what you're missing. So I believe them. And 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg is going in the flour mixture. Now before we bake these, I'm just going to run down the ingredients one more time to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. But first of all, let's add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. There we go. Good. Smells good already. Yum, yum. And give it a stir, make sure it's all incorporated. Oh, I'm so excited about these. And if you're making vegan, just go ahead and use your egg substitute, because the eggs in here are just a binder, right? So your egg substitute is going to be a fine binder as well. Yum, yum. Super excited about these. And I know who I'm going to give them to, and they're going to be excited to get some homemade donuts. And they're going to look pretty with the glaze on top and then the sprinkles. And here we go. 2 cups of all-purpose gluten-free flour. That's what we used. 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Done. 2 teaspoons baking powder, gluten-free if you have sensitivity or you're celiac like me. 1 teaspoon salt. 3/4 cup of milk. And I used vanilla almond milk. I have made these before with coconut milk, and my goodness, they were good. They were super good. What else? 2 large eggs at room temperature. This is important, at room temperature. And if your eggs are cold, just go ahead and pop them in a bowl of warm water. Not hot, you don't want to boil them, right? Just warm them up a little bit. 2 teaspoons gluten-free vanilla extract, or regular extract, doesn't matter, depending on what your sensitivities are. 1/2 cup of oil of choice. I used coconut oil, and we are good to go. So to make this easier, so I've got my donut pan, and I've sprayed it already with cooking spray because you don't want your donuts to stick. That would ruin everything. That's not good. And I put my batter into this measuring cup with this spout, and it's going to make it easier to get my donut mixture in here. And if you're using the donut pan, remember to just fill the donut ring about halfway full. Do not fill it all the way up. It's going to go over and you're going to ruin the shape of your donuts. Oh, these are going to be fun. Fun donuts. And then we're going to bake these at 425 Fahrenheit for 7 to 9 minutes. Correct? 7 to 9? Yes, that is correct. Okay, I'm going to, oh, we missed one. Good. So I'm going to clean up my pan here. I'm going to pop it in the oven, and I will meet you back here in 10 minutes or maybe longer. I'll let them cool a little bit, and then we can do the glaze together and make them look all pretty. Okay, I'll see you shortly. Okay, we're ready. This is the fun part. Your donuts should be all cooked by now, all baked I should say, and they should look like this. And I can tell, I've tasted them of course. Yeah, twice. I ate 2 already. They're delicious. I highly recommend just that little bit of nutmeg in there. You can't taste that it's nutmeg. Like, they don't taste like a nutmeg donut. They just have that really, like that homemade donut taste, and it's the nutmeg in it that really does it. So I have, mine are already cooled. I have them on my baking rack, and my baking rack is sitting on a cutting board, a great big cutting board. It would be sitting on a baking sheet, but I don't have one big enough because we're going to glaze them, and you want to put the glazed donuts back onto your cooling wire rack, and some of the glaze might drip off. So make sure that they're nice and cooled, and we're going to do our glaze. I've already done my glaze up, and the glaze is 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, almond milk, whatever kind of milk. Coconut milk does really well in the glaze as well. And then I've got sprinkles. So for the glaze, 2 tablespoons of whatever milk that you're using, plant-based milk or cow's milk or coconut milk, and the 1 cup of icing sugar. And stir it up, okay? Then what I do is I portion it out, because I want to have my base white glaze, and then I want some pink glaze, and I want some blue glaze. The blue glaze, I am using juice from blueberries, and then it looks really nice drizzled on top of the white base glaze, as does the pink. So this is the look I'm going for. Aren't those pretty? I tell you, you want to win Parent of the Year, make donuts with your kids. It's super easy, right? All the ingredients came together so fast. I baked 24. With this recipe, I got 24 donuts. And it's just so fast and easy. The kids love it, absolutely love it. And I want to add that I do cooking tutorials, one-on-ones. And they're not expensive. $10 to $20 is all it is. If you want your kids to have a cooking class, they need it for school or on a weekend, and you just want to have a break, you can schedule me, and I will cook via Zoom with your kids. And we'll make donuts together, we'll make cookies together, we'll make cupcakes, whatever you want them to make. I can make that happen. I also do one-on-one tutorials if you want to learn how to do vegan baking, or you want to learn how to do gluten-free baking, that kind of thing. I can do that for you as well. Or if you just want a cooking partner for an afternoon, hit me up with an email and I can make that happen for you. Okay, so the glaze, I hope that while I was talking away that you got your glaze done. We want it to be thick. Okay, this is even on the thinner side. Do not make it super thin. You'll have to dunk your donut so many times to get it to stick that you're going to end up with a soggy donut, and you don't want that, okay? Obviously. So, you've got your base glaze here. Let's grab one of these. Oh, that one's still warm. Yeah, that one's good. And Give it a dunk and a little bit of a twirl. And then the first time, it probably looks like that. That's fine. You go in again, give it a little twirl, bring it up. And these are delicate, so don't be manhandling them because they will, you don't want them to fall apart. I mean, they're not super delicate, but a little bit. So be careful. So that's the second one. And by then, I don't want to dip it again, so I'll use my finger that I have washed already, and I'll give it a swirl, and that's the look that we're going for. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you want to just eat that up right now? Yeah. Okay. And then from here, we are going to do some sprinkles. Let's do chocolate sprinkles. Just dip it on the chocolate sprinkles. Oh, there we go. Yummy. Don't want to just snack on that. And that goes on our wire rack. And we'll go for another one. This one, the first glaze didn't stick too well at all. So I'm going to use my fingers and just give it a nice swirl. And it's looking gorgeous already. Now from here, I want to give it a pink. Okay, I'm going to thin that down just a little bit more. That is too thick for my liking. Thinning, you have to be super careful because it's easy to make it too thin. So I'm just going to add just a smidge. Go one smidge at a time. See, and one smidge was enough. That's what you want if you're doing the second color as a drizzle on top. Can you see? Is that flowy enough? Yes, it is. Okay. Now the secret when you're doing a second drizzle over top is you let it start to drizzle on the plate and then put your donut underneath. So we're going to start the drizzle. Good. And then that's how we do it. And we're nice and patient so that we've got the beautiful look that we're going for. Wow. There's a snack for you. Isn't that gorgeous? Sure is. Oh, my friends are going to be excited to eat these. And we're going in here for our base glaze. And a question that you might have when you take them out of the oven and they're on the cooling rack, okay, and they're nice and cool, what side do you glaze? You glaze the side that was down inside the muffin pan. So this was side up. This is the side that you could see while it was cooking. You don't want to glaze that. It's not the pretty side. You glaze the pretty side, which is the side that was down laying on top of your donut pan. Okay, and let's go in for some confetti sprinkles. Yeah. I'm excited to give these away. Good tasting donuts too, man. Don't expect that they taste like a deep fried donut because they don't. They taste better, I think. Mind you, I haven't had a deep fried donut in, I don't know, years and years and years. Not since I found out that I had celiac disease. Okay, this is good. And let's do another one of these. I might have to thin this out a little bit more. There we go. Pretty. Very, very pretty. So there you've got it. You've got these beautiful donuts that taste good on their own. And then you've got these beautiful donuts that glaze away. A really good glaze that I've made before is using the powdered sugar and maple syrup. Wow, that tastes good. It's really, really good. And that's a nice one to make. I'm out of maple syrup, so I'm not making that glaze this afternoon. Okay, and let's do a blueberry juice drizzle. So there's my donut, and the base glaze has had a few minutes to really set and harden. Okay, and now we're going to do our beautiful. There we go. Yum. Doesn't that look fresh? Super good. Super, super, super good. And another one. Donuts are just fun to make, you know? They're just amazing. Oh, I just love this glaze. Those color combinations are just gorgeous. There we go. Super yum. Very good. So there you are. That's how to make donuts. Super easy, lots of fun. They taste delicious. And with 24, if you've got a big family, well, you've got enough for your family. If it's a small family or it's just you, then you've got enough to share with your friends. And wouldn't they be excited to have a donut? You know, you just go and drop them off at their door, send them a text message, or do it or not, depending on what's happening with COVID in your area. And then they'll have some beautiful donuts to eat this afternoon. Fabulous. Thank you very much for cooking with me. I enjoyed doing this again. I really did. Wow, this is nice. And I'm going to quickly get this one all edited and up on YouTube so that you can enjoy it too. Now, when you watch the video, please give me a thumbs up, and that way I know that you guys are enjoying the content. Please hit that little bell, and that way you'll never miss one of my YouTube tutorials. And this is where I hang my YouTube tutorials, right here on YouTube. So hit that bell so that you never miss one. And please don't forget to take care of each other. I know some of my friends are going through some difficult times, and we all need love and care, right? So let's be good to each other. Send me a text message, send me an email. I love hearing from you guys. It really does make my day. It is a little bit lonely here in northern Thailand during COVID, for sure. So every time I get an email from you guys or a text message, or you send me something on Instagram or Facebook, I really do enjoy it a lot. So thank you. And lots of people do text or email after they watch one of the videos, or they binge watch all of them. I've had people email and tell me, and they do enjoy them, and I really do appreciate hearing that. So, love you guys. I was hoping to be back in Canada in October. The COVID situation is not letting that happen. And then I set my sights on November, and looking at what's happening with COVID in Canada and the United States. November is not an option right now either, which is kind of sad. I'm always back in Canada by summer. October at the latest. Next week is the beginning of October, and I'm not going back right now, and it hurts a little bit. That's a hard one to swallow. So I welcome all communication from you guys. Take care. Miss you. Love you. See you next time.